Dude, they don't even remember what we talked about last week. They're not going to remember whether I said up to 50 or not.
Someone somewhere is going to be like, "You told me there was 50. And you guys didn't even get half."
I hope they're paying attention. Good for them. I hope they do that. I'm down for it.
Vine's out here calling out all the
Yeah.
trolls.
Hello, trolls. Welcome to USAFBL Fingerboarding Podcast.
I'm never alone. In the skate park, I found my home.
Welcome to USAFBL Fingerboard Podcast. I'm your host, Levine Cunningham, and I've got Ryan O'Neill on the mic this week.
I got my massive cup of coffee.
You got the proper cup this week?
Dude, I am exhausted. Plies magazine number 5. Oh my gosh. Rah.
It has been a
Okay.
rough week for Plies Magazine, but I am stoked on its progress.
Yeah, and hey, listen, we've got a lot of stuff to do today. But today is going to be, listen, you Gen, what are they? Gen Zers or whatever. You're going to click off in about 5 minutes or so. That's what the analytics say. So listen up real quick. Today we're going to talk about the league. We're going to talk about regional events. We're going to talk about what it means to be a pro fingerboarder and pro fingerboarding. We're talking about the worldwide domination of USAFBL. So please finger the like button before you go. Just click it, and then we'll snip this up and send a whole bunch of little snippets of all these things out to you. But click the like button right now while you're here. I know your brains get distracted really easy, so just click it.
Man, you're hard on the young ones.
I am rough because man, Plies is kicking our. I mean, I love Plies magazine. I think it's one of the. I don't know. Like people are going to have to comment. Like I think it's one of the most interesting, inclusive, community-based magazines in the fingerboard. I mean, the fingerboarding in this community. I just really don't see anybody else doing what we're doing. The podcast obviously is almost in line with Plies Magazine as far as getting people on the mic, talking about what's going on. Last week, who'd we have last week? Do you remember? Have you?
Oh man, I'm talking to so many people. That's embarrassing. You should cut this
Oh
out.
my God, Serial City. No, we had an interview with Serial City FB, and it was awesome. And I'm not
Phenomenal,
cutting it out. I'm
phenomenal.
leaving it in there.
You should, you
Yeah.
should.
But man, it's just but we got a lot to cover. But Levine, let's talk about fingerboarding and literally why right now it's the best time ever to be a fingerboarder. Why is that?
It's actually crazy. So this question popped up in one of my Facebook fingerboarding groups, which if you're not on Facebook, there's a couple groups that I run, USFBL runs, and they're absolutely massive, like in the 40, 50, 60,000 people massive. And a question popped up and someone was basically kind of just making a statement, and it really got me thinking. Like the statement was, it has never been a better time to be a fingerboarder. And for a lot of us, we get on Instagram, we see posts, we see obstacles, we see parks, we see pretty shiny objects. Like we don't really give it like much thought, but like that statement really kind of hit home because I was like, even 5, 10 years ago, like there just wasn't nearly as much stuff going on in the fingerboarding industry. And it's got to a point now where we are literally living in the best time, the best era to be a fingerboarder right now. And so like I kind of want to go into this a little bit more, kind of speak more on like in the industry as a whole. What do you think, Bri?
Listen, we act like we're smart, but there's an entire list of things right here that we're staring at. But I agree. I think people need to recognize one thing that came up in that Facebook group was like, I don't know, they said something pre-COVID, 2019. And I was like, if it wasn't for COVID, like half of us wouldn't even be here. And that's like just a straight up hot take.
It is definitely a hot take, but it's also pretty factual. I know COVID brought me back, and I know that by itself has a chain reaction to the industry as a whole. So I can only imagine all the other little threads of reality that have happened because of COVID.
Dude, like let's get through it.
All right, so yeah, so like right now, there's never been more YouTube content. Like, so you can now learn how to make obstacles, parks, fingerboards. Like, there's just so much like DIY videos on YouTube right now that can literally help you along on your like creativity portion of like just fingerboarding as a whole. Right now, there's like multiple podcasts on YouTube. I mean, you've got Mike Snyder's podcast. You got the Big Spin podcast, D2 podcast, which is in Spanish. Of course, you got, USFBL Fingerboard podcast right here as well. There's just so much information out there, and I don't think that people really kind of take all that in. I think a lot of people may just kind of either not recognize it or even just take it for granted. I mean, we even got a Thrasher style fingerboarding magazine called Plies. Like, I mean, the information highway for fingerboarding right now is so open. There's not nearly as much gatekeeping going on. And I feel like right now, like if you wanted to learn how to create your own business, your own company, make your own product, whatever that looks like, I mean, it is like today is like the best day ever.
And it seems like everybody's an expert right now.
I feel like it is too. I feel like if you literally wanted to go down some rabbit holes and literally put in some experience, put in some work and then some repetition, like you could literally be an expert in any particular category of fingerboarding.
Well, we're gonna set the first of all, today's episode, we're gonna ruffle some feathers. Just FYI, Levine, because I know you're adverse to ruffling feathers, but we're gonna ruffle some feathers.
I'm not a
And
big feather ruffler, but this is I don't want to say controversial, but I know you want to say controversial just
let's
because.
say controversial. We're gonna
All right,
ruffle Black River's feathers. We're gonna ruffle a whole bunch of fingerboarders' feathers. We're gonna ruffle some podcasters' feathers, and we're gonna have fun doing it. So pay attention and see what we're talking about.
most definitely.
Let's talk about events. What's the difference between now and 5 years ago as far as events go?
So, I mean, 20 years ago, there was literally no fingerboarding events happening like at all. 10 years ago, there was a handful of fingerboarding events. We're talking like Mike Snyder's Rendezvous events, maybe a couple of other random fingerboarding events that happened throughout the year. You could pretty much kind of count them on one hand type of stuff. But I mean, now we're literally averaging here in the US like an average of 3 events happening every single week here in the US, which is roughly about 150 fingerboarding events and meetups going down last year alone, which is an insanely large amount of fingerboarding events. So like when we're talking about being like a good time to be a fingerboarder right now, like you can pretty much tap into a local community or a community pretty close to you and they're available. Where like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, like this was not a thing.
So if I'm doing math right, and an average 100 people show up at every event on average, I know Mike Snyder's got bigger events, we've got bigger events, but like 150 fingerboarding events, 100 people on average a year showing up at fingerboarding events. That's not just people fingerboarding, but I mean, more people are fingerboarding, but the event scene is off the hook.
I mean, just the sheer size of all of the events, the high number of it. But I mean, we're getting into like a category now that's not even really been a thing recently. But we've got like large scale fingerboarding events is now starting to kind of break away into the 2024, 2025 space. Like we're
Okay,
talking.
let's talk about the online competitions first before we get into that, because that didn't exist until last year, right? I mean, I don't remember. I think, well, Black River did an online, Fast Fingers because of COVID.
Yeah, so 2 years ago, Black River did Fast Fingers online, and that's mainly in response to COVID. They normally do a Fast Fingers in person, but COVID kind of, restricted the industry, travel, meetups, all the COVID restrictions type stuff. So that was like their solution to that. And that really kind of paved way for online contests, which really wasn't a thing. There's been like online giveaways and stuff, but not really like an online contest.
And we're talking about cash money. I mean, we went in through Cody and Lodi last year and this year, so we have a whole bunch of cash prizes. But like, what was the total on those for us?
So before we even get into kind of the totals on all that stuff, I mean, like, let's kind of take a step back and kind of look at like who is really running and organizing all of these contests. And so, Fast Fingers Online is just one contest, but like USAFBL, we host Combo of the Year that's giving away $1,150 worth of cash plus prizes in addition to. We got Line of the Year, which is what, $650 cash. In addition to, we also have prizes that go along with that as well. We've got King of the Plies, which is getting ready to go down here in about 2, 3 weeks. That's $1,500 cash plus prizes. And then here on the podcast, we give away what just through like the listen to wins, we do online contests there as well. And we do like over what, 50 of those a year? which is
I don't know.
absolutely wild to think that, every week we're doing an online contest, an online competition every single week here on the podcast as well. So when you're talking like online contests and stuff, there are a few other people out there that are doing it, but like, USFBL is literally hosting these really large scale online contests, giving away real cash, real prizes, real products. It's actually kind of crazy for fingerboarders right now to even have access to this much stuff, like even just from the comfort of their own home. Like you don't even got to leave your house.
So legitimate fingerboarding league. I don't understand what that meant. Like okay, so here's where I'm gonna call out Black River, dude. And you can listen, call me on the carpet about tell me I'm wrong, but like Black River evidently announced a league in Chicago.
Well, Black River has a storefront in Chicago and they do a local league. So when we're talking about like legitimate like fingerboarding leagues, you got a couple local leagues that are floating around. So you got Hang Time Skate Shop has a local league and Black River, the Chicago store, also has a local league. But when we're talking about like, a large scale international fingerboarding league, like we have a large scale international fingerboarding league here in the
Yeah,
US
I mean
and in Canada.
we're sending people around the country. This year is the game changer, and the difference is pro fingerboarding versus just teams and things like that. I mean, listen, everything that USAFBL does, the events, the meetups, that kind of stuff, the sanctioned events and stuff that we work with other event holders on, everything's about having a great time in the community. But what USAFBL is doing this year for our regional events and our national event is moving over 300 ranked fingerboarders into a pro spot.
You actually
Hot take?
downplayed that. We're actually 700
Oh my
fingerboarders
God.
deep.
So we've had over 700 fingerboarders at USAFBL that have ranked, that have placed, that have won some jewelry and stuff. And so what we're doing is we're taking all those people, we're putting them into th four different regions, including Canada, because we'll go through all of that, but like, and all of those people are being ranked in the top.
Should we talk about the controversial list?
Yeah. Yeah, the controversial list is that we've taken all those rankings and we have given you a grade. You bastards have grades out there. And I'm telling you, like literally showing up at a regional event, competing at a regional event because of your ranking in this is going to put you on the path to being a pro fingerboarder. And here's the thing. Let's make a differentiation. Is that a good word? Do you like that word?
It's big. I like it.
So there's a lot of fingerboarders out there that are doing great edits. You've got a great following, you got lots of good Instagram followers, you do really cool edits and stuff like that. And you might even have gotten some money, maybe some sponsorships, you might even won an online competition. But when we talk about pro fingerboarders, we're talking about people that can show up live in person, compete with the best of the best, and walk away with trophies. That's a pro fingerboarder. And we're talking about sponsorships, elevating sponsorships, getting the teams that you ride for to help support you to get you to these events and stuff. We're talking about major sponsorships. You know, we're talking about making you guys worldwide pro fingerboarding athletes. It's a difference.
This is true. This is very, very true.
Yeah, I mean, we're elevating this. There's a lot of people that can do really great edits and they can film their line, 50 times and then edit it and make it look like a baller ass line and get 100,000 likes on Instagram. But can you show up and do it in front of 10, 15 other competitors that know what they're doing?
Which is crazy. We should tell them the pathway of how the league is structured.
So first off, we have a USAFBL fingerboarding league. We have an actual league. You can go to usafbl.com, click to join the tribe, and you can become a league member. So that's step number one. But if you haven't done that yet, how did people get ranked in the power rankings and stuff, Levine?
Man, all right. So I feel like most of our fingerboarders are highly adapted into skateboarding. And so I'm gonna make some skateboarding, fingerboarding kind of comparisons to kind of make
Okay.
it easier for some of my skater friends, my skater people out there to kind of follow along. So USFBL has created a network of events, just like in pro skateboarding. So, a lot of people are familiar with the amateur events like the Tampa Pro Am, which is equivalent to our sanctioned events. So, all of our sanctioned event holders, we treat them just like the Tampa Pro Am. So, they can go out, they can compete, they can rank up, they can, get those podium spots and watch their power rankings rise. So from the sanctioned event aspect, once you get enough points, you rank up high enough, you're going to get invited to go to what would be the X Games regional qualifiers or the SLS Select Series, which is equivalent to our regional events. So all of the best fingerboarders in each region are going to get invited to go to the regional events. Of course, these events are open to the public. Anybody can come, but those competition portions of it, you've got to be able to earn your spots through sanctioned events or X tour stops, USFBL tour stops. From there, the pathway is do really well, and then you go to the SLS Triple Crown or the World Skateboarding Championship, which is our national event. So all of the best fingerboarders that win and place really high at the regional events are going to get invited to go to our national event.
Okay.
From
And
there,
our national event is a 3-day event in Indianapolis, Indiana. What happens to the three top performers at the national event?
and this is where USFBL, the Fingerboarding League, elevates everything. We elevate it in the way where we take the best fingerboarders, the three best fingerboarders, one for the winner of Best Run Street, Best Trick Street, and Game of Skate. Three people, the best of the best. We are paying their way and we're putting them on a global stage where they're going to compete at the World Fingerboarding Championships in Germany, hosted by Black River, which is formerly known as Fast Fingers 22 in 2026.
So we're taking tried and true pro fingerboarders, pro athletes that have gone through all of the biggest, most challenging events in the United States, and we're taking them overseas and we're going to show Germany what we got.
Correct. So if you are a highly competitive person, you are really good at fingerboarding, and this is something that you absolutely love, we've created a pathway for people with that competitive spirit and a platform for them to compete, rank up on a local level, then a regional level, on a national level, and on a global level, which
Okay.
has never been done in fingerboarding.
Okay, now to break the confusion down a little bit further, let's step back and let's step out of the nationals and the regional events and let's go back to our sanctioned events because if you are on the power rankings list right now, which if you go to usafbl.com, click 2025, the very first link on there is the power rankings. You can see whether you've made that list at this point, right?
Yeah, so we created a power rankings list, the best fingerboarders for each region. We've split it up between West, East, North, and South. You'll be able to see the top 30 best fingerboarders for each category, line of the year, combo of the year, battle applies, and you can see where you are placed for each one of those categories.
No, you're right. We changed it. So combo of the year is what? Combo of the year is
Best Trick
best
Street,
best trick street. So line of the year live is
Best Run Street,
and battle of the plies is
Game of Skate.
three things: combo of the year, line of the year, and battle of the plies, right?
Correct.
So now if they didn't make that list or they're pretty low on the list and they want to up their rankings, what do they need to do?
You have two pathways of basically getting into the regional event. You either go to a sanctioned event and you place really high, you can get added to the power ranking list, or you can come Friday night at each to any one of the regional events and get into the wild card tournament where you can earn a spot for Saturday, the main competition day.
Tell us some of the sanctioned events that are going off so people realize what's going on. I mean, they're all behind me in this picture right here, but what's coming up that people can get to that we can kind of like that we can identify in the regions.
Yeah, so we've already had three sanctioned events already come and go. So you guys kind of missed out on those, but we've got over a dozen sanctioned events already lined up with another dozen that are pending. We just can't release that information. But for the ones that we can, we've got two going down this weekend. So stay tuned. We've got Umatilla, Florida this Saturday with your mom's favorite fingerboards. Sealy, Texas this Saturday and Sunday with Flippity Sticks underscore FB. We've got Dallas, Texas on May 3rd, Phoenix FB Community. Bradenton, Florida, May 18th with Higher Up Fingerboards. White Lake, Michigan, May 24th, Grind Fingerboards. Riverview, Florida, May 24th, Bleasel underscore FB underscore Wizzeels. Utica, New York, May 24th as well. Isu Mentos on Instagram. Muskegon, Michigan, June 7th with Guido, Guido on Instagram. Houston, Texas, July 12th, Father Skate Supply. Strathmore, Alberta, Canada, July 26th with Fidgety Digits FB 403. We've got White Lake, Michigan, August 9th, Grind Fingerboards. Then when the last two are going to be Dallas, Texas, August 23rd, Phoenix FB, Dallas, Texas again, November 15th with Phoenix FB Community. So definitely add those to your list. If you're local, go show up, go compete, have a great time, enjoy those events.
And all of those sanctioned events come in before we do our first event, which is our regional event, West Coast in Portland, Oregon. But we're going to get into those here in just a second. So anybody going to any of those sanctioned events can actually get ranked for where they're from. So even if you're traveling out of state to go one of those events, you can get ranked and get more points towards the power rankings list by going to some of these some of these sanctioned events, correct?
Correct. Also, the power ranking list, just because you see your name on that list right now, does not necessarily mean that you will stay on the list for the next 3 or 4 months. So
Yeah,
if you're
because
at the top of the
all
list,
of these events are happening before we start our regionals. So like that's just what we've gotten here going through August 15 or August 23rd. But all of those sanctioned events right now will count towards your power ranking spot. So just another reason to show up at all these sanctioned events and support the community, support fingerboarding, and also get your numbers up. And then get your butts over to usafbl.com, get a league membership. It's not a lot. It's less than a good set of wheels. And you get basically, we're able to put you in the league and also get all your stats for the whole year tracked. All of the competitions on Saturday at the regional events will be exclusive to league members, correct?
correct. So if you are on the power ranking list, and especially if you're like the top 10, I wouldn't say you're safe, but you're fairly safe. You'll definitely want a league membership. You're going to have one in order to compete for the Saturday at the regional events. So,
And listen, guys, don't give us any crap about this, okay? Because what we're doing is we're building the UFC of fingerboarding competitions, okay? We've got websites, we've got tracking data, we've got lots of stuff. So there's a reason to be a league member. It's not to line our pockets. It is so that we can track all this stuff and make sure that we have accurate data for you as a athlete in the pro fingerboarding space, okay? We're probably going to have up to about 50 sanctioned events this year. So just keep a lookout. They're going to be listed in Plies Magazine. You can see them all of them listed here, but they're also listed on usafbl.com. And if you have an event that you'd like to have sanctioned, you need to contact Levine. How can they get a hold of you to get their event sanctioned?
yeah, either hit me up on Instagram at USAFBL or email me at info@usafbl.com.
Okay, enough about the sanctioned events. Let's talk about the regional events, dude. Where are they going?
Man, all right, yeah, the sanctioned events, that's our Tampa Pro-Ams. So for the SLS Select Series, that's our regional events. So we've got a regional West event. That's a 2-day weekend event here at Portland, Oregon, August 15th and 16th, Friday, Saturday. We've got the Regional East event. That's a 2-day weekend event in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, August 29th and 30th. A Regional North 2-day event as well, Detroit, Michigan, September 5th and 6th. We also got a Regional South event, 2 days, Friday, Saturday in Atlanta, Georgia, September 12th and 13th.
And then all of those lead to what?
It's going to lead to the SLS Super Crown, or otherwise known as our national event. It's a 3-day weekend event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, here in Indianapolis, Indiana, October 10th, 11th, and 12th.
And again, the three top performers in the national event are selected to go to Germany in 2026 for
They're going to compete
Where
at the World Fingerboarding Championships in Germany, hosted by Black River.
tickets and vendor booths are available now at USAFBL for those regional and also the national events. The events are open to everyone. So it's just like any other USAFBL event. You can go in, get your passes and everything else. We will have a what did you call it on Friday? The wild
Wild
card. We'll
card,
have
yep.
a wild card competitions on Friday. So if okay, how do we explain this? So we've got all these league members that have signed up that are going to show up in Portland, Oregon, as an example, on August the 15th and the 16th. And we're five short. We're five short for filling out our competition roster. So, what happens on Friday that helps fill up that roster?
That's where the wild card tournament also plays a role. So for those people that haven't made it to a sanctioned event or a old USFBL tour stop, and they feel like they're really good and they want to try to earn their way onto that Saturday roster, if we have five empty spots, that means there's five people, the best five from that Friday night tournament are going to fill those roster spots.
Yeah. So you know what? If you don't show up, if you get invited and you're a league member and you get invited and you don't show up and your place gets filled by some whippersnapper that just pulled out a Tech Deck Pro whatever and just happened to beat everybody on Friday and got into the competition, that's your own fault. That's your team's fault. That's your sponsor's fault, and that's your fault. That's how pro fingerboarding works now, guys.
You
Was that too
snooze, you
rough?
lose. You
That
snooze,
was
you
too rough,
lose.
wasn't it?
You're always really rough.
So let's talk about we got a lot more details lined up for the regional and national events. But what people need to know is that these are pro competitions, but they're also great events because we're going to have we have over 30 parks. We're going to have vendors. What else we got going on at these events on Fridays and Saturday?
Yeah, we've got over 30 parks at each one of the events. We've got pro level competitions that you can enjoy, spectate, watch your favorite fingerboarders literally do battle. We've got tons of vendors. We've got lots of gear, free swag, raffle tickets, all kinds of stuff, door surprises. Like it's a great time. We'll have early access for the events, of course, and then we'll have after parties on both Friday and Saturday nights at the after the events as well. So it is a full weekend fingerboarding getaway for sure.
And then on Saturdays, we're going to have the pro competitions, and it is a invitation only for the competition portion. Even though we're still going to have 30 parks, everybody's still going to be able to skate all day and do all the fun stuff at the event. But the competition section, how do you get invited to that if you're ranked in our power rankings?
Yeah, we'll send out a invitation. I think we mentioned a golden ticket. Can I
Oh
can I
my
peek you
God,
through that? I
you're stuck
am. I
on this
want a
damn
golden
golden
ticket.
ticket. God dang it. Okay. So we've officially launched the most highly anticipated and most controversial power rankings list ever. Go to it, see if you're on it. It's also linked to everybody's Instagram. So go on there and just gobble up a whole bunch of new Instagram friends too, right?
Yeah, so it's live right now. So I mean, finish the episode, but definitely go check that out. Go
Yeah.
see who's
Don't
on the
do it yet.
list.
It's in the description. Just wait and let's finish this episode and then click the description down there. You'll see where the link is.
Definitely. It's
All right.
controversial, but I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah. How did they get their rankings? I think that's later on in our list, but let's go ahead and tell them how they got ranked in the most controversial, problematic, Karen-esque way. How did they get ranked in this power rankings list, Levine?
So if you have competed at a tour stop, a USFBL tour stop in 2021 through 2023, everyone who competes at one of those events is going to get a ranking. Anyone that competes at a sanctioned event will also get a ranking. Of course, medals will give you the most amount of points, and so therefore the highest ranked fingerboarders are going to traditionally be medalists. So we prioritize winning first, and then of course the amount of competitions and points and stuff go second. So the best fingerboarders in each region are going to be on that list. Go check them out. That's how they got ranked.
So life hack is if you never win a medal, but you go to 50 sanctioned events, you could get ranked in the top 10 just by doing that. Just FYI. I'm just saying this is how you game the system, guys. Go out there and try to break it because it is controversial, but it's awesome. Nobody's ever done this before. Hey, if you're a brand, if you got a board brand, you got wheel brand, you got anything going on in the fingerboarding world, and you want to find some effective, good fingerboarders out there to rock your brand, we just created a list of the best out there.
Correct. So yeah, if you're looking to build your team and you're looking to build your team of winners, like you're looking at the best, the list is right there. It's like you can choose right there, see who's leading, especially in your region. If you want local people, stuff like that, we literally made it so easy for you to find valuable, high competitive, like just sponsorable people.
All right. So, okay, man. So, like, that's the tour. If you have questions about the power rankings list, if you have questions about the locations, about being a vendor, about anything, you can email info@usafbl. That goes directly to Levine, and we will try to answer any of those questions. But what else? What else do we need to say about that before we move on to some of the big news with King of the Plies?
Yeah, you can either email me or you can hit me up on Instagram at USAFBL. So either one is perfectly fine. I'm super responsive. Hit me up.
Are we going on? Are we talking about it? Are we talking about game of skate? What is this?
This is King of the Plies. We're talking about the largest outdoor multi-city outdoor team event.
We're talking about the one thing that's probably going to get us sued more than anything else that we're doing.
Probably.
Yeah,
It's
we
super
got
fun,
people.
super
Yeah,
entertaining.
we got people doing kick flips on top of police cars. We got people. I think you said something last week about jumping out of a tree. Did you actually say that on the podcast? What was
I
that?
don't think I said that. I think I said climbing a tree and doing a treetop sesh.
Okay, well, listen, we are not responsible for anybody. We kind of listen. I don't know what to say here, dude, because I don't want to be held responsible later on. But don't break your leg to get into King of the Plies, but kind of break your leg to get into King of the Plies. We kind of like it's badass. But let's talk about what is King of the Plies and what about the teams? Like what's going on this year?
So yeah, if you're a brand or a company, or if you're you and your local homies, if you got 3 to 7 fingerboarders that you are wanting to put on a team that are local, definitely consider signing up and becoming a team for King of the Plies. We need 3 to 7 people on your team. There's a little bit of a buy-in and a sponsor pack that goes along with it, but King of the Plies, basically you're going to be fulfilling a list of challenges. You're going to be filming these list of challenges and then submitting your video edit. This video edit is, man, if you looked at last year's stuff, I mean, there was some crazy, amazing Sundance Film Festival type stuff, but some of these video submissions were just truly, truly amazing and over the top.
Yeah, and guys, listen, this is about you and your community. This is about teams. This is kind of about team riders and stuff. So like some of the team, who do we have last year in the event?
I know Fatty's pre-roll, they won the event. We had Yuck, Skate Shop, we had Chems, we had Teak Tuning, we had all kinds of people.
Yeah, but this is about creating content that's great for your team. It's great for your brands. It's great for it's great for the industry. But it's really about building a edit video with all of these challenges, and some of them are pretty crazy. And then basically saying this is who we are. I mean, this is what our community looks like. This is what our vibe is. And it's like a really good creative outlet to compete with each other. How do they get voted and how do they win?
Man, yeah, this year we've got a panel of judges. So we are looking at everything from an artistic view, a fingerboarding view, a skateboarding view. We're taking all of that in, and then we will be ranking everybody first through. The minimum amount of teams is 10, but I think we've succeeded that. We're looking for a 14 team slot. So there's going to be a ton of cash being given out for prizes. We got a ton of sponsor packs that will be given out as prizes as well. Man, this year is absolutely wild.
And it's all the content's going to be shared on all of our platforms. It's going to be shared on all of your platforms. It's a great excuse to build some really good content. How long does the video need to be, or how short does the video need to be?
Maximum of like 10 minutes.
Okay.
So
All that's going to be great content creation for your guys' teams, for your brands, everything. And we're of course gonna bastardize that, use it all over our platforms. We're gonna clip it up and put it on all of our Insta and stuff like that. You guys should also. It's a great opportunity to build content, but also it's also a great opportunity for your team to win. What's the cash prize?
$1,500.
Yeah, buddy. That's King of the Plies. They've got 1 week we got 4 more spots to fill for that. So get a hold of Levine on Instagram or just email him the old school way, info@usafbl.com. Yeah, we're sending 3 people to Germany in 2026 to whoop all of those Black River asses with our amazing USAFBL league members. If they let us in, they're gonna let us in, right? Did we clear that?
I think so. Yeah, they should let us in.
Okay, we'll get back to you on that one. And we've got Plies Magazine dropping now 2 weeks from now, right? Plies Magazine number 5.
Flies Magazine number 5 dropping in 2 weeks. You know, we're halfway there to being the longest running magazine for fingerboarding.
Oh, we're gonna make it. This has been going so well. It's been growing every single month. We got great advertisers. We got great, there's no shortage of content. Like it's coming at us all the time. And so if you want to get in the magazine, if you want to be an advertiser in the magazine, if you want to just look at the magazines, you can go to pliesmag.com. That's pliesmag.com. View it for free. It's a free online magazine. We also have physical copies. Now, we kind of screwed up last month. Let's be honest, Levine. We screwed up last month. We
We
did not
sold
order enough
out.
copies.
Yeah, we
We
sold
sold
out.
out like in 4 days after we launched Plies number 4. And so what we're doing this month is we're going to correct that a little bit. We're going to order more copies. So we should have more physical copies available. You can always view the magazine for free online, but we do have physical copies available. We also have memberships and subscriptions. What's the best way to get a physical copy of the magazine, Levine?
Oh, go to pliesmag.com. Go pick one up. We also do a little pre-order, so we'll tell you guys, hey, we got this thing launched. They're coming in the mail. Get them right here real quick. But the real value is getting a subscription where you don't even got to worry about that. Get a subscription, let it hit your doorstep every single month, like just automatic. Like you don't even got to worry about it. You know you got one coming.
All right. So I think we covered everything.
I think that's it. I think this is
So,
definitely the best time to be a fingerboarder. Like this is it.
yeah. And we need all the trolls out there to go look at the power rankings list, see if you're on it. If you're not on it, be mad, right?
Yeah, you know what? We didn't even do a listen to win.
We didn't do a listen to win. So this week's listen to win is we're sending you to Disneyland.
I don't think that's in the budget, Brian.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're gonna do a. This is where it's. We should leak some stuff. This is controversial. We should get into this.
Okay.
Should we leak our Plies collab deck?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if we're a go on it, are we a go on it?
I'm pretty sure we're a go on it. You know
Are
what?
we
We're doing
gonna
it. We're doing it.
are
We're
we gonna
doing
be
it.
able to send it out, or is it gonna be like something they're gonna get like 3 weeks from now?
It's gonna be probably something that they're gonna get 3 weeks from now, but I think the
All
wait
right.
is definitely worth it. I think the juice is worth the squeeze. All right, this is how it's going down. All right, listen up.
All right.
Listen up.
I'm listening.
We are doing our very first fingerboarding deck collab. So Plies Mag is collabing with Brandon Keeler, Fidgety Digits FB403. So for most of you guys in the community, which he's been on the podcast before, so a lot of you OG podcast listeners, like you know exactly what time it is and what
He's
he's all
in
about.
issue number 1. Amazing, amazing artist. Tattoo
Yeah, all
artist,
that,
cool dude.
all that.
Yeah.
He has designed a just a banger of a graphic for Plies Mag. So Plies Mag is making decks and Fidgety Digits is the artist for this graphic. So it's going to be a limited edition. There's going to be what 50 decks total. So super limited, small batch, working up to it. We're going to be launching that here very, very soon. And we're going to give away the first one of 50.
Hopefully, by the time I finish editing this video, we have an approved design. I know he's done the artwork, but we've got to lay it out and put it on the deck. But if we haven't, if we have, then here's what it looks like.
Should we leak that? We'll leak it. Yeah,
If
we'll
we
leak it.
haven't, if we haven't, then it's none of your damn business what it looks like. You're going to want it anyways because it's Brandon's art.
It's Brandon's art, limited edition, and a collab plies deck. It's going down. It's going down. All right, so here's the challenge. This is a collector piece, obviously. So I want to know where my collectors are at. I'm looking for the printed versions of issue number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. I'm looking for the first. We haven't done a first person in a long time. So the first person to take a photo of all 4 magazine printed copies, tag USAFBL, USAFBL underscore FBP, tag Plies Mag, and then also tag Fidgety Digits FB403.
Yeah. Excluded from this competition is me, Levine, and my son Robbie. Okay.
So, first person to make a photo of those 4 issues, tag those in there, and then hashtag Plies Mag Collector.
All right. That sounds good. And they're
First
getting
person, super easy. You don't even got to be skilled at fingerboarding for this one. This is just for the collectors.
well, I guess we have a listen to win now.
Till next time.
Till next time, man.
Rolling through the concrete chaos, I'm alive. With my fingerboard, I'm ready to dive. Pushing limits, flipping tricks, high in the sky. Every sliding grind, I'm chasing that high. Feel the rhythm, let it flow. Fingerboarding, let's steal the show. Fingerboarding, I'm fighting free. With every flick, I'll write my story. On this board, I'm never alone. In the skate park, I found my home. Grip take tight, I'm soaring like a bird. Every trick a story, every slide a word. Grinding on the edge, I'm breaking the mold. Fingerboarding dreams worth the weight in gold. Hear the wheels as they scream in this fingerboarding dream. Fingerboarding, I'm fighting free. With every flick, I'll write my story. On this board, I'm never alone. In the skate park, I found my home. Hear the wheels as they scream in this fingerboarding dream. Fingerboarding.